I don't believe that. I think Common 10 is under there. Is under the Euro language, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think they had it like that, but it was similar. But what I'm saying is, I'm not just harping on. I just acknowledge that yes, Africans did have numerology. They had numbers, and I also acknowledge that when you're looking at a pyramid, you're looking at masonry, you're looking at mathematics, you're looking at engineering, you're looking at reading. I have already acknowledged that, then I move forward.
So that means, wait, no, you moving forward, but you have to acknowledge that you were wrong. You have to acknowledge that you was wrong. You trying to be unaccountable. You trying to be unaccountable. You got to be accountable.
Critique white folks like this.
No. You must be accountable in order to have credibility. You can't say something, be disproven. You were disproven. Then you must say, I was wrong.
Bro. I just acknowledged. I said,
you acknowledged he was right, but were you wrong? That's the problem.
So let me ask you this. You said that you critique the education system because you know
everything we got, everything we know.
I got you. So everything you said
you don't know shit for a fact
is bad. So let me ask you a question. What advanced education do you have? All right, because how do you know that?
I don't think either.
Because I'm using your own logic against you. You said if I can't see it,
education that I have.
So then what you also be able to follow with that same logic is if you haven't experienced it, it doesn't exist. So if you haven't experienced the college education, how can you say that the slantedness from white men exists when you've never?
Right, I'm gonna give you my advanced education. The advanced education that I have.
About the word white man's advanced education. The one.
Right. So my definition of the only thing that I can hold when you talk about history and whatever the case, and just in general, education in general, what I tends to follow is nature. The nature never changed. Nature has been the same today as it was 1,000,000 years ago, and is 1,000,000 years down the line. Nature never changed. Even like for an example, when y'all say languages was different, but we can't determine language. But I know one language that always have been the same, and that was body language. If somebody got burnt, they make a certain facial expression. If they feeling sad, they're gonna have a certain facial expression. Nature is the only thing that you can actually trust. And I don't care if we talk about Egypt because they can lie. So if we're gonna talk about what's the truth, nature. The same way that we breathe, we have emotions. Our dick got hard the same way my dick get hard today was the same way that black men dicks got hard 1,000,000 years ago when a fat ass walked past them. This is nothing new up under the sun. Behaviors, our natural behaviors has always been the same. It never changed. The stuff, the way our behaviors are today, and the practice that how we exhibit our behaviors never changed. It always has been the same. Our feelings, emotions has always been the same. Always. So nature is my advanced education.
Okay, so you don't have it. So you're just talking about, again, you're hating from outside of a club you can't get into at the end of the day.
Fuck them universities. That's for white people power. And since you got the white man blood in your system, so biracial people is used to be a buffer. It's basically to try to get on a black hole by trying to uplift a couple of black people. You know, black people is already mourning for approval from people outside of blacks, right? And so when he come up there, True can change people's lives with the open up his smartphone. He know that's gonna butter. They're gonna make by him being a biracial and he's saying that to this dark skinned man. That's gonna make True feel like he's somebody because the Euro phenotype gave him a compliment. So
kudos.
Of us niggas. We don't need your validation.
Hey, kudos.
You gotta get some other folks in there now.
Kudos for understanding or being able to get the word phenotype out correctly. But just to be clear, I was raised by, I had both my parents, they were both black. I've met my grandparents and great grandparents, they were all black. So somewhere there may have been some white somewhere because I'm lighter. I'm as light as you wish you were.
Black now.
But again,
y'all would call a white man and say he black. Most of them black leaders was your color.
Well,
Malcolm X, Huey Newton, Frederick Douglass. Why is all our leaders is your color as
Please
if
stop
the
talking.
Philippines didn't have nothing to say?
maybe
Please
because
stop
lighter
talking.
skinned people are more
They always
intelligent.
want to hear black people voices from non-black people. This is why Bruno Mars get Grammys, and the people who actually created the music did not even get that type of.
If nature doesn't change, explain evolution, adaptations, and mutations.
You said what?
If nature doesn't change, explain evolution, adaptations, and mutations.
Okay,
Nature's an
mutation is
accomplishment.
something of a defect. The same way we have defective kids now is the same way they always have defective people. White people came if y'all willing to say that life first started in Africa and everybody was black, at some point, how we got white people, they had to be a black woman and a black man had a defective baby, which they was losing their pigmentation. So two dark-skinned people make so they technically is not a race. They technically is black, but they was born defective. Low melanin and low pigment don't mean you're a race. It means you are a defect. And the consequences of the defectiveness, the natural sun burns them, make them look like boiled eggs.
So nature, what you're purporting, doesn't change. Somewhere in the road made a left.
No, I think we always have had defectiveness at some point, right? So I don't believe in evolution because if that's the case, why monkeys still exist, right? If they said we evolved from monkeys, if we evolved with monkeys, why do we still got monkeys in 2026?
What is an adaptation?
Now you got to explain the adaptation.
It's the reason why giraffes are 15 feet tall.
Well, they had people that was that tall as well. Well, was tall, very tall as well.
What happened to them? Where'd they go?
They start messing up the tribes. I think because like dinosaurs, right? When you think of alligators, right? Why do we still have alligators? Alligators is a form of don't they look like dinosaurs?
Yeah, but they don't look like Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Have you seen a live Tyrannosaurus?
No.
So
have you? But if you're gonna have that conversation,
why do y'all bring up stuff that you can't prove?
Because you brought up dinosaurs. If you're gonna have a conversation predicated on the existence of dinosaurs, and I identify a specific kind of dinosaur, how can you question the existence of that dinosaur when you're the one that brought up dinosaurs?
No, I was using it as an example of how the stories that's always getting told to us, right? And so you bringing up stuff that that was told to us in stories. This is what I mean, that black people in America, I'm willing to admit I am stupid. The reason why I am stupid is because everything that I have known was given to me by somebody that didn't have my best interest at all. It's never been substantiated. I don't have nothing that I know in my mind that was actually substantiated. Everything that I got learned from school was regurgitated stories. It was nothing that I could actually vividly see, or they have vividly shown me actual facts or evidence. Everything I know is regurgitation and hearsay. So that makes me stupid. If all of our knowledge was from the first grade, from kindergarten all the way to the 12th, I jumped out of 9 because I got tired of being lied to. The only what I do know is my life experiences. The shit that I have been through, that's how I was able to learn. All this other shit it's a fact that I watched my mama die. It's a fact that I know how to get money. It's a fact that I know how to survive. So I go off what I have been experiences and not know what these stories that I can't even prove. Y'all is fighting for shit.
How do you prove that you can get money?
One sentence. You've been going on, man. I've been sitting here. So we've now discovered the source of your idea that nature doesn't change.
Yeah, nature do not change. Nature always been the same.
You yourself said you're stupid.
Yeah.
Agreed. Acknowledged.
So wait, you said you can prove it.
You also stupid as well.
You get money.
So the reason why I say, I think that by me acknowledging that I was stupid, it led me into it led me to a different direction when it's come to gathering information and leading out of ignorance. And so when I got led out of ignorance, I started finding myself studying nature, right? And nature giving me more information than actual factual information than any education curriculum. Just because y'all got all of that education curriculum don't make you smart. You've been compiled with a whole bunch of bullshit that don't really.
I got a question. I got a question. Does anybody know the writers of SNL? Because like Saturday Night Live, you need to send this to Saturday Night Live. Like, swear to God, and get paid. Yeah. Listen, JR, send this episode to Saturday Night Live. I swear to God, they'll pay you for it.
The moment you said nature doesn't change, you fundamentally stuck a grenade in everything you've said for the past 2 hours. That means us, human beings, members of nature, are never going to change state. And whatever it is you're fighting for is an exercise in futility. And we've always been like this, and we will always be like this.
No, what I'm saying is, that's because, Aaron, what I'm saying is, it seems like the education that we've been taught been going against nature. Like fertility always been valued. A woman's fertility always been valued. A woman's nature, it was heavily valued. A man's nature is heavily valued, but we don't practice our nature because our nature has been criminalized. Like, for an example, I don't think that we're supposed to be monogamous. That's unnatural, because if we were supposed to be monogamous, cheating won't exist. It will be naturally, we'd be naturally attached to one person.
Hold on,
but
it might be
clearly cheating happening forever. Guess what cheating is? It's in our nature to want to fuck multiple people. This is why they created DNA tests, and this is why they created condoms. Condoms had a birth date. We didn't always have condoms or diseases. So at some point, nature, what I mean by nature is it's a combustion of a lot of different angles. But we seem to think that if it don't come from a white man's curriculum, university, building and get his dick print, y'all don't realize like how powerful the white man got over y'all. Y'all, if I'm telling y'all everything the white man been telling y'all is lies, you want to hold on to his dick so much, and then for y'all to be black men.
No, it's because you're not credible. That's why.
Y'all this shit out of, no wonder black women sucking their dick, because y'all grabbing it, and because you cannot tell me that all this education y'all got didn't come from white man curriculum. True or false?
No, let's start with the
reason why we don't take it from you is because you're not credible. If someone credible that we respected intellectually had these talk about,
how did a white man become credible
and could prove it, and it'd be an issue.
The same people that torture you and beat you and say, I did this, I didn't do shit to you.
You said you
could prove than me.
If you can't see it, it doesn't exist. Right? Can you show us how you can do it?
Let's start with the foundation of education, the number system.
Y'all so smart, y'all dumb.
3400 BC, Sumerians created the 60-digit, sexagesimal number system. That's how we have 60 minutes in an hour. We use 60 minutes or 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, right? 300 years later, 3100 BC in Egypt, they created the 10-digit number system, 0 through 10. This is the very foundation of education. Everything starts with numbers. Even language itself is algebraic.
He's saying white men didn't do shit.
And that ain't white folks.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, I do. Yeah, Egyptians used to have mathematics, numerology, and they studied stuff like that from their perspective. However,
the cradle of civilization and the cradle of education started with people.
Science been around as well, because when you're looking at the pyramids, you're looking at mathematics, you're looking at science, you're looking at engineering, you're looking at reading. You just by staring at the pyramid, you're looking at all of that, right? What I'm saying is the
mechanical engineer. No.
I'm saying when they regurgitate this stuff to us, it get refurbished under their ethnicity, meaning that they put everything from their perspective and they change this thing, they twist this stuff. I do believe there's cures for everything. I think when God created Earth, He created the stuff to heal the Earth as well. And in a human form, our healers is women. But that's on a deeper conversation. But But when capitalism in America, they not finna tell you what's gonna prevent power and money. It's not just about money in America, right? Because if they cure everybody, it won't be no more hospitals. It won't be woo out the bam. It won't be medication. They make tons of money off medication. They make tons of money by treating you instead of curing you. So if you know for a fact that they have created a system that if these people, scientists and biologists and all this other type of stuff, if they created a system that they know that they got the wit to cure you, but instead of curing you, they treat you. Because if I cure you, that's going to eliminate it's going to eliminate an epidemic. It's going not an epidemic. It's going to eliminate a resource, right? But if I treat you, that's going to keep the bag going.
You just circle back to a point that you was talking about earlier, but the man just told you that education came from us, and then you said that they refurbished it. How do you refurbish counting to 10?
No, well, I don't believe that. I think counting to 10 is under the Euro language, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think they had it like that, but it was similar. But what I'm saying is, I'm not just harping on. I just acknowledge that yes, Africans did have numerology. They had numbers, and I also acknowledge that when you're looking at a pyramid, you're looking at masonry, you're looking at mathematics, you're looking at engineering, you're looking at reading. I have already acknowledged that. Then I move forward.
No, that means wait, no. You moving forward. You moving forward, but you have to acknowledge that you were wrong. You have to acknowledge that you was wrong. You trying to be unaccountable. You trying to be unaccountable. You got to be accountable.
Critique white folks like this.
No. You must be accountable in order to have credibility. You can't say something, be disproven. You were disproven. Then you must say, I was wrong.
Bro. I just acknowledged. I said,
you acknowledged he was right, but were you wrong? That's the problem.